Greetings, gentlemen. We are going to review my last Invoker game, which might be one of the most dominant games I've ever played in my life. At least that's how it felt. Because I was 22-0, and I didn't feel like that was dependent too much on my teammates. I think I played it really decently. Especially for me personally, I lost so many games with Invoker against Lycan and OD, so I was really happy with the outcome of this. The reason being, I think, is because it was somewhat early in the morning, like, well, early is relative, but I think it was like 9 o'clock or something like this, and I slept really well, and I was eager to play, and I had time for one game before I went on with my studies, so my mind was really fresh still. And I want to go over some key things and just analyze the game. So this is the first moment where this OD doesn't respect Invoker, I think. He doesn't respect it. He goes into the tower range. Immediately he catches a Cold Snap. Therefore he catches 2 tower. I will cast the Force Spirit, set the Sunstrike, and then there's really no way for him to go. Either way he dodges, like, he's dead either way. If he dodges it, he's dead because he walks too much and he stays in attack range. If he doesn't dodge it, he's dead. And this is one concept people don't understand about Sunstrike. Sunstrike is not a skill shot in that regard, like Mirana Arrow or something. Mirana Arrow is also not a skill shot, is what I want to say, because you set it when you leave them no choice. It's the same with Punch Hook. You advance and then you set it once there's no choice, where like either choice they have is either either they have no choice or the choice that they have leads to death in both cases, and then you can use it to guarantee things. Laning stage, I'm catching some runes. I'm trying to drop the Null Talisman just to get the efficiency in. Then we trade it a little bit. This early part, I think, is not too interesting. It's an OD lane. What can you do? I think he gets way more denies and last hits, which is, I mean, that's fine. As long as I'm not feeding him, I think this is completely fine. So my thought process on the game is I want to have some mana for OD, so I want to increase my mana pool a little bit. That's the idea behind the Null Talisman. And the next thing is that my skill build or my item build is going to be Blink, BKB, or something in this regard. And as you can see, the shard is in there already, and TP boost, of course. Because this is a very selective fight. Like, I'm not going to be the first one to initiate. We have Tide Thunder for this. And I'm not going to be the one threatening things too early, I think. Because I'm really afraid of Lycan ult. If he wins the lane, he can run me down. So I need the Blink, I need the BKB to get out. And I'm afraid of OD. OD is always nice if you have some Hex or Silence. So this is something I'm thinking about as well. But I thought at the beginning of the game that I'm not going to be strong enough to sustain it. So playing a little bit, we get a rotation. I ask for it because I knew we could kill. Lane keeps going. I have Midas now, which is great. I mess up my Ice Wall, sadly, and that's why we don't catch it. And now this is the first time where things happen. This is the first time where OD was missing. My teammates were fighting bottom, and I knew OD was missing, and I told them. And instantly I went for the tower. This is one of the concepts I always preach, that you need to punish people for the rotations. Either you join them, you counter-rotate them, and you TP bottom as well. But if you're, I think this is better if you're like a Queen of Pain or a Puck or something mobile like this. And if you're Exort Invoker with double Force Spirit and Alacrity, you just go for the tower. And you take the tower. Even Silencer joins me. And now this is the ultimate horrible scenario for OD, because he rotated, he didn't get anything out of the rotation, and he lost his tower. So this is horrible for him. And the next step, obviously, for me, this is something I see so many times as well. You don't farm now. You don't go back to your stage and farm. Look, I got my items. I got the boots, I got the Midas. It doesn't get better than this for a couple of minutes, because the next huge items actually don't give me anything intrinsically. Again, like, they give me better positioning for sure, and they give me more movement speed and the TP. But what I want to do is I want to engage immediately. So I go in because I'm the strongest hero on the map. We look for kills and opportunities, and I want to take this next objective. Like, we looked at the Juggernaut and we thought maybe we can kill him, but then I saw Juggernaut, he's just running. So I'm not even bothering. I'm not chasing this guy. All I'm here for is to take his tower and then to control this bottom area space. I controlled mid lane solo, and I'm going to control this with my team together. So I'm just sitting bottom, and we're pushing. And suddenly, look, Tide Thunder can go and farm somewhere. Anti-Mage has a space because we forced people bottom. And I instantly try to pressure the lane as hard as I can. So Juggernaut has no room to be. and I take the camps where I feel comfortable to farm, and this is usually in this direction. Here even we can take the top camp, because we have a wonderful ward from the Witch Doctor. If we don't have it, we buy it ourselves, or we play. Witch Doctor comes too close to the fire, and he dies instantly. I wanted to keep my distance. I think I mismicroed my Forge Spirit a little bit. You can keep them apart, because the only play of Witch Doctor is his stunts, so don't let it bounce too much. I misclicked there, definitely. Now Juggernaut shows up, but there's nothing here for him. Like, he's getting threatened instantly. And you could say, well, in my games, my teammates don't play like this. They don't play like this because you don't play like this. Like, you don't take that tower, you don't take mid lane tower, you don't take the enemy safe lane tower, and you don't guide them to control this area. If you do, they're they're gonna be attracted to your movement. We play here. Instantly Juggernaut and Witch Doctor try to reclaim this area, but we're way stronger. So there's a fight that comes out of it. We kind of kite the, what is it called? Spin. We use the Ravage, we get the kills. Same concept. We don't overextend. Zeus is still here, and we're threatening the tower. Lovely, lovely, lovely. They use the clip. I just take the next wave. Like, I'm not leaving this pressure. And it's pressured. I see Zeus now, so I call the Forge Splits back. We see Lycan, and look at this, look at this. We see Lycan, and Lycan is fighting. I told Anti-Mage, you can go and fight because I have a Sunstrike. And then it's kind of sad, like, look at the positioning. It's really difficult to Sunstrike because the Sunstrike splits the damage. But I'm waiting here, and then I'm drawing it exactly to the corner. I'm not even sure if this is visible. Let's see. Anti-Mage? I'm not even sure how to demonstrate that. But this is exactly in the corner, and it only hits the Lycan. And that's why Anti-Mage gets the kill in the end. And again, we're playing there again. As you can see, now I don't have my teammates with me because they saw that the bottom fight is kind of lost, so they rotate. But I have information on the map. I see the Juggernaut, I see OD, and I see Zeus. So I'm still comfortable to play here, no problem at all. I still take the farm, and if Juggernaut comes close, then I just contest his farm. Like, if he comes here, I'm just gonna force him to get away. Sunstrike leads to the kill, and again, this Sunstrike is not a skill shot at all. There's only one choice for this guy to go, and it's in this direction, and he's gonna die. And now suddenly, look, because I played here, because I farmed here, and we saw the Juggernaut as an opening, my team can join again. Like, if they don't join, I just move in this direction, take his farm, take his farm, take his farm, lane, rinse, repeat. But if I do the correct move, if you farm at the right place, they will come and they will feed. We kill the Witch Doctor, and same shit. I take this camp, okay, this camp is gone. So we take that camp, and I'm not letting go of the idea that I have before. I'm not letting go of the idea of gaining net worth at the right place. Now we're pushing again, exactly what you should do. Pushing again. Farming this camp. I'm looking, look. I used the Forge Spirit to scout, and I bought myself a ward. If the teammates don't have it, I just do it myself. Now we see a fight on the left. I'm like, I'm not fighting his. He just used ulti. I'm not trying to fight this. We have an opportunity on Zeus. We didn't see it from the camera perspective, but I was like, no, I'm not fighting this. Suddenly Zeus comes too close, Zeus dies. So even if you decide not to fight and not to engage, if somebody makes a mistake like that, you can still punish it. I tried to Sunstrike, he still has a shapeshift. We didn't need to use Ravage at all. We didn't need to do that. We just needed to push this area again. And as you see, I keep persistent on that. If I can push, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna like make their life miserable. I want them to react. And suddenly we have the opening, we see Lycan is top, OD is mid lane, Juggernaut is top. This is a free tower for me. There's a Zeus again. I don't have any mana and he knows it. But if I would have one, I would go. Probably TP back base. Exactly. Now, where do we go? Do we go top for the Anti-Mage? Nope. We leave him alone. Do we go bottom? Maybe. But I think mid lane now is the next thing. We can look for another fight. I almost have BKB. I'm trying to be in the same position again. Look what happens. We see the Juggernaut here. I was like, he has spin, so I'm kind of not able to go on him. Silence addresses his spell. And then I thought maybe a tornado or something would get him, but then the spell like expired. Instantly I'm in. And there you go with the Meteor combo. Sadly, I missed my Cold Snap. And this is something, if you recognize, I have Cold Snap on this side. And this is an old habit I'm not getting rid of. And it's gonna cost me those kills. Because now, of course, I go in. I miss the Cold Snap. And Cold Snap is queued out, as you see. And since I missed it, I cannot place it. If I hit Cold Snap here, he would have been dead. Look at the HP. He would have been dead. That's life. What can you do? Old habits die hard. Same thing. We try to play in the same area again. I'm trying to get the control here again. If this guy coming in, I'm not trying to overcommit because we don't see that much. Now D is dead. It's fine, it's valuable. And instantly back. Like, there's no need for us to be here at all. We're not pushing high ground at this point of time. I hope this makes sense. I hope you can see that threatening this tower right now is not efficient. I'd rather hunt the Juggernaut. And now we have to think, like we have to think as a Juggernaut player. How do we think as Juggernaut player? Like as Juggernaut player, we walk there, and if we get gone on, what do? We spin TP, of course. So your spells shouldn't be Tornado and Cold Snap and anything. It should be Alacrity and Force Spirit. I think I cast Force Spirit a little bit too early, but you can Cold Snap. Maybe you can Cold Snap if you want. But he's gonna spin, TP, and he's dead, because you have the Sunstrike ready. Force Spirit, Alacrity, Sunstrike, that's what kills Juggernaut. You have to anticipate what they are trying to do. And instantly, of course, there's another opening. We push mid lane. They use the Glyph. Okay, we don't need to force it. I think we do force it in the end here, but it's not necessary. This is not necessary. We're just playing for the tower, and we're playing a slow game. This is a slow and steady push. If they make mistakes, fair enough, of course we can punish it. But we're not trying to do anything crazy. And again, I'm in the same area. Now I see that anti-mage is here as well. This is like, whatever. So maybe I'm defending mid lane just once more. And dead again. Perfect Sunstrike. And I'm back base. And now is the time where we should be looking for Roche. Like, I have the BKB. As you can see, I decide to go for the Orchid, because in my mind, I'm so far ahead that it just amplifies the kill potential that I have. I defend top lane. In this case, you don't want to be bottom anymore. As you can see, the hero that controls this area by himself now is anti-mage. So you don't want to stack up with the cores. You don't want to split the farm. And top needs to be defended anyways. I'm going for it. Maybe a couple waves and then I can rejoin. Or if I don't decide to fight, actually, I would like to take the tower as well. Like, I just wanna be... Look at this. He even buybacks, I think. Perfect Sunstrike, only hits one guy. And he instantly buybacks. He's like, nope, I'm having none of that. So we see the fight. This is not really a fight we want to be engaged in. I can use the ulti. It's not that I value this tower so much. It's just that I want to force them to feel uncomfortable. I don't want them to play around here and farm this area again. I want them to react, and there's nothing better to do. I'm not joining bottom right now. If anti-mage is there, I'm not going to be there. Now, if we see anti-mage leaving, we can do something else. Roche would be like the perfect thing to do here right now. Huh? Do you see it? Like, Lycan used ulti. We see Juggernaut. We could just go Roche instantly. I don't know why this is not happening. Rather kill a Juggernaut. I miss the Sunstrike. And of course I miss it, because there are too many options. Like, in my mind, Juggernaut would walk here and disengage. But he's like, maybe I have ulti, maybe we can play. 2 people got maledicted. I didn't think enough to predict that. And if a Sunstrike is just prediction, you shouldn't set it. I just felt confident because I hit so many other Sunstrikes before. That was like, yeah, let's give it a try. We go for it. Another way to cancel abilities is by timing it perfectly. If you use the Tornado and then the blast sits there instantly, he like basically drops inside of the blast. Then you get the damage connected before he can press any buttons. Then you can play. And now we see OD. I know that OD has BKB, so I'm kind of hesitant to cast many spells, but with Alacrity and my BKB, I can just sustain it. And then I'm queuing up Sunstrike, as you see. It's still on cooldown, that's life. We're looking for Zeus. But I would have Sunstrike this OD as well. Now we have Zeus. This Sunstrike is, by the way, purely for vision. And if it hits, it's nice. This is like a nice extra. But all I need is the vision to see if he walks there or if he goes into the trees and tries to do something. And we get that triple kill. This is 17-0. This is an absolutely fucking dominant gameplay. I'm back to base. There's no pressure at all. What we want to do is a Roche. He should go for it. I pinged Sunstrike. You can go. I said, like, don't... Why pussy? Why pussy? Go play. See the Juggernaut. And now my play is to look for a kill. To continue looking for kills. I have the Orchid. I checked this guy, actually. I checked him. I know he doesn't have Manta. This is important. You have to do this with Orchid. He steps out. And he stepped... Kind of kite around him. still surprised that we don't... Look how I'm trying. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, Lycan splits. This is a mistake on Lycan. Like if you don't have BKB or spells or anything, you can't split like that. You get saved for a second, but you just bait your teammates into a weird position. This should be Roche again. It's a little slow response here, I think. But it's fine, we're not in a hurry. Like, if you have a lead like this, you can just do the good things on average. And you're still fine, you're still fine. I looked for Zeus, didn't catch him. And from here the game kind of closes by itself. And as you can see, look how desperate this guy was, trying to go for ulti, it just didn't miss. And yeah, you kind of close the game like this. You see Lycan again, we kill Lycan again, because he's out of position. And with the tempo that I delivered in this game, their play and their heroes become kind of useless. Because it doesn't matter how good your counter is if you are that far behind, and if you get stomped like this, you kind of have the lead. And at this point, I just chill a little bit. I just don't want to die and mess up my 20-0, so I play kind of passive. Which is fine. You just sit behind Anti-Mage anyways. Let him Alacrity. Cast a couple spells. I think a Silk Rise could have been the next item, so you don't die from physical damage. And Hex, if you're slower against OD, and you can't accelerate with an Orchid like this, then probably Hex is the play. Okay. I hope this reasoning made sense. I hope you can follow some of the steps, and best of luck in your Invoker games. Enjoy!